everybody. We're here and we're going to be opening these boxes.
We sure are. This is the Seas and Shores set. And I've ordered just the one brick this time. Hopefully you're getting a brick and we get a few less doubles than what we got from the last set. But we'll give it a go. Sound should be working, so let's crack on. Indiana, let's start opening them up. Let's see what we get. Now, while you're doing that, which one are you most looking excited for?
Reef shark.
You want a reef shark?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start opening them?
Hang on.
No, start opening. I'm just talking about it. I'm looking forward to some Lakotha, although I really want the Smoraldani lobster people, so that for an adventure I want to run coming up. And I really want that dragon turtle. That would be very, very, very good for me to get such. I've got a few aboleths, I've got some spectres, I've got a few others. What do we get? Now, first one.
This one's tinier than
Yeah, that's a lot smaller than what the giants were. Ooh, and a blue Abishai.
I don't want to
blue
pull
Abishai?
it out.
Or is that a...
I don't want to pull it out until I don't know.
Okay. Well, that trick is like you pop the bottom, you pop it up and out. So you push it from the bottom so it breaks the mold. This looks like a little spawn of Sahuagin. Sahuagin hatchling swarm, this is. What do you think? Would this scare you? All these little bikies?
They look adorable.
I guess they do look adorable until they all look at you with their grinning needle teeth and like... Classic scene there. And the best thing is, it really looks like it's the size that you could put, yep, you can, another character right in the middle. So, well done on a simple design premise that makes it look that much more engaging. I love it. So, that one was number 26, and we're going straight on to the air. I always have trouble saying this one.
What?
Myrmidon? Myrmidon? Air Elemental Myrmidon. But needed a few more of these. Air Elementals, Elementals in general, didn't get the support they got in previous editions, where you had like one for every size category. Now you've got like Elemental and Air and one of these ones, and that's it. So a little less appealing. His chain is secured at the ball down to the clear air making up his body, and he's pretty structurally secure, so good they didn't just have something floating around that could snap off. Good mini. What else we got?
We got these two.
Oh, what are they? What do you reckon?
That one looks
It's the Sahuagin, number 6. It's got a spear.
To me, I think it looks like a fish.
It's a fish person. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Gills and
it's like
head flap. Fins.
yeah, and it has like fins like on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It has
It has, but what do you think about it? What does it make you feel when if 5 of them just jumped out of the water onto your boat?
makes me feel
Scared?
no.
Excited? Confused?
Makes me feel
They're beautiful and you want to give them kisses?
weird.
Weird, okay. Makes you feel weird.
I don't
Alright, I think he's pretty cool.
I don't know about it.
Structurally, oh, he's very light on his toes and has a lot of flexibility. But he feels secure enough. Or she feels secure enough. We also got I think that's the Lakotha Hunter. Lakotha Hunter, yep, number 12. Well, he's got nice little detailed eyes. I thought his tail might have been attached, but it is not, so he's a little bit wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly, wiggly woggly.
Glue that tail down, they'd make him more secure. And he's got some nice little coat of green, a little bit of wash on him. Not a lot of detail, but should a fish person have a lot of detail in that regard? Belt, straps, quarrel. He could have had a little quarrel, all these little arrows. All right. Ooh, Plesiosaur. It's our big one there. Which, once again, I think the Giants threw us out for big ones. Doesn't look as big as it should.
I like it. It reminds me of a dinosaur.
It is a dinosaur. Mm-hmm.
And a dinosaur.
What do you reckon? Is blue and blue spots a good dinosaur for the water?
Can it be this in my game?
No, but maybe you can have it as a pet or a mount that you ride on.
Yay!
But you have to be an ocean campaign.
Can it just be my pet and I can ride
Well,
it?
it's going to go on land. It's
Yeah.
got these flippers.
But can it
It's
be?
going to struggle to...
But can it? I can carry it like.
Plesiosaurus.
I can ride it.
Yep. Number 32. Jeez, it's hard to read. Pretty nice. I like something different. And the blue with the light blue with the blue spots. Looks good.
Fuego.
What else do we get? A Kraken Priest by the looks of it. Bang on for number 37. He's got these tiny little face tentacles and these spider legs that are coming out everywhere, not really attached to anything. Well, hopefully they'll last. His arm's pretty rigid, so it's staying there, but that finger, he's pointing one little finger. I just think he's going to be missing that finger eventually. He's got a nice little image on his chest there of a eight-legged something or other. Probably a kraken, I would guess, as he's a kraken priest. And a couple of items on his belt. Is he a good-looking guy?
Yeah.
Scary? Sea Hag?
Spent.
Sea Hag, number 17.
He was spent.
Alright, so she's got a little tooth belt. Belt of teeth around her. Some ridges on her body. She's easily bent, like she's limboing when she come out of the box. We had to square her back up again. And her face has a little bit of detail. Other than that, it's just a two-tone green colouring with a wash. Some little marks for her teeth belts. And that. But I do need some low-level hags for low-level parties so that the group can fight a coven of them. Turtle. We only have a few turtles. Number 4 at 48. He's got one or two base items on his belt wrapped around him, and then it's his axe, and that's it. He's solid and not going to wobble around or move about. And yeah, he's got wrinkly neck details. Oh, I was hoping it's a kraken. But I see something else in there that's cool.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Blue Abishai. You can get him out while I have a look at this guy. This Blue Abishai, one of the rarer ones. I need enough Abishai to have a patrol of 4 of each colour for when you go into hell or dealing with Tiamats. So the Blue Abishai, number 36. His wings are reasonably strong. His arms are thick enough to hold their positions, and the clear lightning is a wonderful little touch there. He's got a bandolier along his chest, and a couple of his braids, his hair tendrils or whatever, lizard tendrils, have little braid pieces in them. And his face has, even the teeth are tinily detailed with his eye.
Guess what?
He's looking pretty good. What do you reckon of this guy?
I don't know.
He's an evil guy of Tiamat?
I don't know. I don't know what I should think about him.
There's your reef shark.
Can these two be my pets?
How many pets do you need?
About a billion,
A zoo.
quadrillion.
One zoo's worth.
No, two.
You talk about the
10
reef
zoos.
shark. You talk about the reef shark.
It has eyes that just stare at you, and it swims. It's curved, but it's also very stable.
Would that scare you to have to fight a reef shark?
No, it's my pet.
All right. Your pet.
I am one with the ocean.
Oh. Well, we've got a Shuagan Coral Smasher. So this guy's weapon is a large hammer, which two-handed wielding. He's got coral for his shoulder guards and some hilt hanging around him. We'll talk about that one now. He's got thick enough legs that he's not too wobbly and bendy, and his tail's been attached at the rear there, so let me know if you've got one that's tail just pulls off easy. He's got a light green and light wash on him, but even his little eyes are coloured, and he's got detailed teeth. I like his front little closing pieces there, and the fact that he's got those little belts, and you can see that there is a bit of green overlap. It isn't just quite a fully black belt, so yeah, they've gone a bit rough on that guy. Next, we've got the Giant Lizard for 31 of 48. This Giant Lizard looks like it was all done in a dark green with a dry brush put over it. Its horned face has all been coloured up, and its teeth, most of them are, well, a lot of them are white, some of them are still green. And he's got two little yellow eyes there with no pupils or such, which look cool on a lizard. Looks very much like a nice Komodo dragon, and he does look a lot better than some of the little plastic Wizards of the Coast little dragons and lizards I buy to stock my numbers. What do we got? Looks like a Fleshwood. How did we do? How did we do? We got a Wastrel. Wastrel. This is a clawed lizard fish thing. Probably some sort of aberration, I would imagine. It's number 33 of 48. And it's got two clawed or sickled-like hands that start pink and then turn yellow as they go down. His body is all just one pink colour with teeth and eyes coloured. And then all his little fins have been given a different colour. Although he's got fins on his hips that are pink, where all the other fins are dark purple. See? So see that? See those fins are pink and the other ones up here are dark purple? I wonder if that wasn't deliberate or not. I'll have to check some artwork of that particular guy. Oh, this is one new one, wasn't it? You want to talk about it?
Yeah. It is clear, and it has a stain on it.
The Wraith.
And it has red eyes, and it has a belt with clothes on, and it has a sword and a majestic cape flowing in the wind. So is his hair, and his hands going out like.
Ah.
This one going on this side.
Mm-hmm. Well, what have I got here?
They didn't.
Is it the Petrion or the Periton? The deer eagle thing. You do need a couple of these guys. The other ones that have come in the previous sets have been more multicoloured, brighter coloured, but this is just a brown base, eaglish looking one with a horrid face on it. It really does look like some sort of beast or skull creature.
Yum.
Not a fancy guy at all. You could imagine a flock of these things coming down and squawking their large beaked at you and the deftly talons pointing at the group. A good one to defeat and challenge people with their flying ability.
Squawk, squawk, squawk.
What have we got here? A Sea Spawn, number 10. Alright, this guy's looks like a bit of a zombie-ish pose as he's coming out. Mustn't be used to walking on land, he's more used to water. He's got some coral possibly on him as armor. Hard to say, really. It could be a lot of things. It's getting small and detailed. He's got a couple of gold pieces woven in onto his belt with some extra little bits of his fins going down the outside of his arms and legs and around his neck and head. Not as fancy as some of the Shawagin, but he is a lot creepier than those two. Potentially a horror from under the sea.
Daddy,
coming together.
we got octopus.
Wonderful. Good. Oh.
Octopus.
All right. Well, this I don't believe is the first octopus we've got in these sets.
Giant octopus.
Giant octopus, number 27 of 48. All right. All the tentacles have ridges all along them, giving it more than just a smooth texture. And underneath, you can see all the suction caps, except for a couple that have been smoothed right over underneath. The head area is sort of scaly in its look, and the eyes have long black slits in them. Other than that, it is a simple colour with a simple wash. I guess if anything, I could possibly put some little blue rings or something like that to make it a big, large threat. But another welcome addition. Another Lakotha hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, we've already talked about him, so we can
That
go
was-
next to that one.
That was like in here, like on here, not actually in the.
Not in the bag. He was
Wait.
wrapped in the bag.
Yeah, it wasn't wrapped in the.
Well, here's another Lakotha. This one is the number 3 Lakotha. This one's just wielding a spear. Yeah, his tail isn't glued down either, so it's just his legs, and he's not too flexible. He's flexible a bit, though. He will move. The spear is held in a guarding position, like he's trying to hold people back, not necessarily trying to use the spear. So interesting position, because his head isn't turned enough to... You wouldn't try and stab someone over here while you're looking that way. It's a bit of an odd one. So he's standing at guard, maybe slightly aggressive, but not pointing the weapon at him. So, good. I needed a couple of Lakotha for Lakotha-based adventures. And this is Merfolk. Merfolk Scout, number 19. I believe it's a she, wields a sword, and his tail is still somewhat flexible. The ridges on the tail have a highlight blue, and the clothing she's wearing is a shiny material leather. The head fins, so she's got a helmet on, and a number of fins coming out the back. Oh, wow. Aaron through, eh? What do you reckon, sweetie? What's this Marid like? I've got a lot of Marids, so I'm not particularly excited about this one. What do you reckon?
I don't
Is it a
like.
good pose?
Yeah.
Come
but-
rushing out of the water. It's a genie. It's a water genie.
Yeah, but I don't like the look of its face.
You don't like the look of its face.
No.
Is it because you don't like frog people?
Yeah.
Well,
And also, the water's actually not full.
it's hollow. Yes, it's just the water on the outside is quite see-through. That'll reduce the weight and plastic needed to make the thing.
Save the environment!
Alright, he's in a pretty good pose, all things considered. He's bursting out of the water, sort of thing. So, yeah, that's fine. His weapon looks just like I get the feeling that his trident looks exactly like the previous tridents. And his clothing is pretty much like the other previous ones. He's just a different position, which is good. It's good to have them in different positions, so you can put two on the table and they're like, this is the one with it like this, and this is the one holding it like that, so I can tell them apart. Or otherwise, they look exactly the same in the miniatures and different, all the same sets. I just keep confusing them, and I always lose track of what
Daddy,
key points.
don't
which
play
one
the
is.
next one. We're doing this one and this back first.
All right, you've got the pirate. All right, this is the pirate captain number 21. What do you reckon of the pirate captain?
I reckon that I don't know what I think about this.
Yeah, a red tiefling.
Bleh, bleh, bleh.
All right, well, I think she looks like a nice, thick female, with a little cut in her coat for her tail to poke out. She's got solid yellow eyes, which if I remember correctly, that's what tieflings are meant to have. It's just a one-coloured eye without a pupil. And she's holding a small crossbow in an up position, and it's quite firm. It's not going to bend them around a lot. The sword hand isn't actually attached to her, but it's solidly in place because they made it a little thicker than a thin little one. There is a small bit of wobble to her in terms of her stability, but she's on there good, and she's not going to bend over and get stuck in a limbo position. The sword did come out bent, but it's quickly gone back to a straight, and so it'll constantly keep bending it and straighten back up. And she's got a few little bits of glam, or what I'm being told is drip, all over her, or bling ring in here. All in all, I was happy to get her, because you always need a lot of pirates. And good variety of different style ones, very handy. I believe we've had this one before. This is the Tortle, number 4 of, number 4 of 48, so we can move it on. And right now, is this the Druid? This is the Druid, number 11. So you've played a Druid before. Alright, so his ankles aren't too thin, but there's still a fair bit of movement in him. His arms are strong enough to hold position. Her position. Could be a her. I think that's a her. Is that a her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wearing a lovely purple cloak. And it's interesting colours for a druid to have purples. Nice change from greens and browns.
Okay.
And is wielding a really cool staff, which doesn't have a lot. It's just got that one blue piece on it, and the rest of it's just brown. But I do like that on the front of her clothing there, she's got a small indentation of markings for, like embroidery on her clothes. What's two boxes to go?
Last two.
Oh, we're going to get the ones that we want.
Oops.
You got the one you wanted.
Yeah.
You got the
And
Reef
this
Shark and the Wraith
And
and the Plesiosaur.
I like it.
What do we get?
You got this.
Yes!
You want
Sea Lion.
Daddy wanted it.
Well, I'm not going to get 4 of these in this set because that's about how many I need to run White Plume Mountain.
Well, then you're just
Or
gonna have to
what
buy it.
So I will have to buy them separately. So that is number 34, the Sea Lion. It is about time. We haven't seen these guys except for in Tales of the from the Yawning Portal. In which case, we needed sea lions. I got little lion miniatures and little swimming thing. Cut them in half and join them together to make my sea lions. Which is effectively what you've gotten here. He's got dark hair from the center running around his body. He's got a green, consistent colour all over him, with a small wash to highlight the scale features, and a yellow underside with a black dot under his chest for some reason. I don't know why. Face spin's done nicely, although the white teeth have also fallen onto his frills. And his eyes are yellow with the tiniest of little black dots. Dots so small I couldn't do that. I've wanted one of these, so I'm very happy. Buccaneer. Pirate number 1. Ooh, his arms are really solid. These they're not going to bend. Sword's a lot more rigid than what they usually are too. It's holding good position, same with his scabbard. That he's wearing just general browns and pirating clothing, some leathers for his armor. And it's good to have a variety of different pirates. That way when you write down pirate, black hair, ooh, his little goatee. Look at his goatee. You like it?
No.
No? Well, have we had this one before? This is Merfolk number 8. We had a Merfolk, but it was in a different position. So we got our second Merfolk. This Merfolk, once like the other one, is fully one colour with just tail highlights and a very flexible, very thin Triton. Her body, though, is quite solid. She's not going anywhere, and she's got a few little things worn around her waist with a material wrappings around her chest and a headpiece and some earrings and for making herself look pretty.
Okay.
Not too bad. Not a fancy mermaid, but more of a realistic. And this is the Scum, I believe these were trolls. Underwater trolls. For 22 of 48. A lot of little tendrils and tentacles sticking out the bottom. 4. And he's on there really... actually, no, he's only held on by 2. The others are just kind of... just propping him. Making him wobble less. He is all one colour. There isn't a lot here, except for his black eyes and his silver... everyone's got a Triton. Everyone loves Tritons under the sea.
Yeah, because King Triton.
Because King Triton. But he's very simply done. Giant crab.
Bubble wrap behind your back.
I see a giant crab. Oh, Hydroloth. Things are coming out.
You talk about those.
Okay. I see him. I believe this to be a Hydroloth. Alright. Hydroloth. So these are the frogs of the Yugoloth style. So not a devil or a demon, but a fiend from more of the neutral evil plane of hell, Hades, and such. he's on there solid, and he's a big grunt of a solidly done thing with spindly, thin limbs. These are quite a challenge to fight, and good for a demonic water creature, or a fiendish water creature. Crab people, crab people. Crab folk. I've not heard of crab folk. This one is a new to me. You've heard of crab folk?
People, crab, 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 crab.
Well,
Crab.
he is a 3-color with basic wash. Red covering most of his shell and coverings. Yellow for his underbelly side, with an off-colored brown for his underbelly platings. He's got black on his eyes, and there's a mess of a face in there, like a smashed crab, you might say. But it's really hard to make out anything that's going on. Cool miniature, and will intrigue a lot of players as to what is that? Is it a good guy, a bad guy?
It's a good crabby.
It will definitely intrigue people.
It's a crab.
All right, we have the Amphists Baner, number 5. I'm going to call it a double-headed snake. One head at one end and one head at the other. I'd hate to see which one poops.
That one.
Or is it poop? There's a hole in the middle and the poop comes out there. All right, he's got a little bit of flex, but he goes back to position pretty well. He's on the base pretty solid.
It poops like this.
Blah. It's just a green and yellow with a wash, and then a little bit on one of the mouths. A very simple piece, but an interesting monster, nonetheless, to fight a 2-headed creature. I guess it could wrap around and then... Ooh, and the last one is the Archdruid, number 35. He's got little stencil tattoos put on him. He's got a beard and tiny little eyebrows and eyes. Like, no way I could do anything like that. I'd end up just smearing paint all over his face. He's got a lot of things around his waist, though, but everything's been given just a brown. Like, do you see that? Like, they could have given a lot of this even just off browns, but they just stuck with brown. There's one little red item. Everything else is just brown. A lot of things in fantasy world don't necessarily just have brown hides. They can have blue hides and all sorts, and they don't with just brown. Well, I'm going to straighten his staff up. It's got a green magical glow about it. Nothing overly fancy there. Back tattoos are cool again. It's a stencil. And his animal pelt covering his lower half is flaring out, and he's got like the shoulders of the fur like they have in Craven the Hunter. Barefoot. And he's a cool druid. If your human druid is looking for a druid, he's a good druid.
These two deserve to go in front.
Are they in the camera?
Uh,
I don't think so. Alright, well, we've opened up our set. We didn't get the little wormling dragon tortoise, I think it is, and one or two others. We did get one of these guys. I now need 3 more.
and we got octopus.
And we got an octopus.
Squish, 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 squish.
Cool. Alright, well, we'll get the video out when we can. We've got a lot of miniatures here. Definitely got a lot of miniatures. Got a couple of doubles. Not bad. I was a little bit more excited for this set than the giant set, so this was good. But the next set that there will be is the Phandalin Shattered Obelisk. But the one that really excites me is Planescape. And that's not until next year.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching us. I'm Luke, and this is Indiana. This is Big Game Small Pieces, and we've just enjoyed opening these up and sharing our experiences with you. Hopefully, you get a good mix like we did. I'll catch you next time.
Bye. And I'm going to steal this.
Oh.